What's shaking YouTube nights? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the CovrPrice Shakers of the Week. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. It is Thursday, so you know what that means, right, boys and girls? Tomorrow is Friday, and as we always do, let's drop some freestyle.
Well, shit, I think it's Thursday, right? Didn't Thor come out today?
Quite literally, yeah.
Yeah, I'm got my tickets for tomorrow. So
going tomorrow early.
I'm going Saturday.
Doesn't hear me. I'm leaving at like 2 o'clock to go play hooky. So we'll see. All right, so kick back, relax, put on your headgear, and congregate as we let some freestyle music for you.
The baddest on the microphone apparatus is here. When I rock a rhyme, often eyes are dropping a tear. It's so beautiful, it's America's landscapes when this man makes lyrics like the syrups that you pour upon your pancakes. My mandate is to grip minds like a handshake. Spit Orlando Lakes and go skinny dip with the fan base. Over any damn breakbeat, I hastily make pastries tastier than anything that Wolfgang makes. So take notes out of suckers, I make coats, lump of some like Bubba Gump fishing on lake boats. I take jokes and turn the comedy into drama. I'm bagging on your mama, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer behind ya. I'm a rhyme writer, lock stock, smoking the ganja. Rebuttals befuddle, leaving a puddle of saliva, sillies. You couldn't handle Randall when I throw my grammar at you. It hit your head and you would think I threw a hammer at you. I point the camera at you like Herb Ritz. Develop it, then use the pictures to pick up bird shits. You're nervous as the impervious wordsmiths hanging out in Rafa's new crib come with the verses.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the CovrPrice Comic Book Shakers of the Week. Otto, say what's good to the people.
What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody tonight. We're rocking and shaking. We got some good books to talk about tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Dark Side Jedi.
Hey. So, hey, let's get to it, man. This is a good list tonight. It's got some wonky books. Wonky.
Yeah. Gabe, say what's good to the people.
Yo, what up, everybody? Thanks for showing up on Thursday. No spoiler for Thor if anybody's seen it already. So keep an eye on the chat.
Wrenches, if you see any spoilers, kick them out. Boom. The gauntlet has been laid down.
Just banhammer Thor
put him in the
style.
closet. There we go.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com. Hold on. Let me bring up my note. Yeah? Okay.
Oh,
You lost me.
sorry.
This show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com. For your price guides, collections, and trends, head on over to CovrPrice.com. You can see the top 10, the movers, and this week's Here Shakers list. Also by our friends at Key Collectibles, Facebook.com, Instagram.com/Key Collectibles for all your pressing CDC facilitating needs. Also, MySlabs.com. Check them out. If you're selling books for over $60,000, check out their new MySlab showcase. Buying some high-end comics safely for 0%. So
got a couple of those in the back, gonna grab them right now.
You know, just waiting for the right moment to strike. You know, it's all about timing whenever you sell a comic. But all right, so that being said, with the necessities, let's see what we have today, boys and girls. As always, this comes from our friends at CovrPrice, focusing on new sales or the most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily Shakers list. This list changes several times every day, so make sure you check it out every day to read some of the hottest trending books on the market. Let's get shaking, boys and girls. What we got for the first one, Gabe?
All right, coming right out of the gate, everybody. Good luck. Flash number 123. This is from obviously
sorry,
DC.
Flash, I would say that.
DC 1961. Carmine Infantino delivers one of the most iconic covers of the Flash in issue 123. Not only is this an incredible Silver Age cover, it also is the first time the Golden Age Flash appears in the Silver Age. Jay Garrick appears and meets face-to-face with Barry Allen, introducing for the first time in DC Comics the concept of the multiverse and Earth 2. Even though Ezra Miller has been involved in numerous controversies recently, WB has not mentioned anything about the cancellation of the film. The film moves forward. There have been several rumors about the significance of this issue in the DCEU. If the DCEU wants to kick off the multiverse, it will most likely begin in The Flash and heavily rely on this issue for source material. Perhaps this rumor has legs, especially since the most recent sale hit an all-time high for a raw copy. Last month, a raw copy of this book was selling for between $250 and $500. On July 3rd, a raw copy sold for a whopping $810.
So they finally announced that DC is going to have a panel. So it looks like this year's San Diego Comic-Con is going to be full-on DC and Marvel. They had a little Shazam thing that they're going to show. I'm pretty sure the subject Ezra Miller will be skirted. I doubt he will make an appearance.
No way. Come on.
At Hall
He'll be
H.
arrested.
I don't know if he'll be arrested, but there's been lots of rumors about this being his last time. Everything. I mean, the guy needs help. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, so many times, so many things. Mental. Yeah, there's a chemical imbalance or something, or but he's been known to be a little eccentric, to say the least. But once WB is gonna be like, it's not worth it. Hey, bring back Grant Gustin, man. I think he's a terrific Flash.
Yeah, he's just sitting back laughing. He goes, and all I did was vape, you idiots.
All right, Flash number 123 from 1961 coming in for a cool $810 for a raw dog. All right, get ready for your first offer, unless you have daughters, I guess.
Daughters, and there you go. This is it. Look at this. We're gonna let it go right now. All right, Frozen.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You like that, right?
Wow.
Because Frozen was sung many times in my house, not only by my daughter, but all right. It's from Joe Books from 2015. When collectors once looked at Disney adapted comic books, they would simply tell themselves to let it go. The general consensus is always leave the kid books on the shelves for the kids to purchase. With low market values, that has always been pretty easy to do. However, this is the first appearance, this is pretty interesting, of Anna Elsa Olaf, etc. in comic books, and it recently sold for $1,400 and a 9.8. Prior to 2022, raw copies could be obtained for around $7. However, since May of this year, condition and scarcity have driven this book to a new high of $100 for raw dog. Near-mint copies can still be found for under $20, yet there are no other 9.8s listed except for a signature series copy. That sale was completed. So is this a fluke or the new norm? I don't know, but I mean, there's a lot of first appearances in this book, and they're key characters in the Disney world, So
hey, Hey man, I'm a grown ass man, and I will admit I enjoyed the Frozen films. All right,
Yes,
the sister
absolutely.
dynamic, and then how powerful she is when she
Yeah,
did
she's a
the
mutant.
whole. It's just the singing, and I remember my girlfriend and I went to see Coco. Great freaking movie, by the
Yeah,
way, Coco.
fantastic. Uh-huh.
And they had the longest Olaf Pixar short ever. It was like 20 minutes long. We're like, dude, is this Coco, or why is Olaf just singing all over the place? Because we were thoroughly annoyed. Like people were wanting to get up and just burn their tickets because, hey,
So I
to each
had
his own
just
though.
put my dog down. You know that dog that I had that looked like Vader?
Yeah.
His name was
Yeah.
His name was Dante.
Oh,
Oh,
from Coco.
And I
Yeah.
saw that movie after I put him down, not knowing that that dog's name was
Oh,
Dante. Holy shit. My
the feels.
soul poured out of my body. I cried so hard. But
Oh.
great movie, though. Great movie.
I love Coco. And speaking of Pixar, go see Lightyear, man. It is such a great little film, man. It's not getting nearly as much box office love as it should. It gave me Maverick vibes for some reason, right? The Lightyear
cool.
flick. But if you get a chance, go see it. So, Frozen from Joe Books from 2015, a 9.8 sold for $1,400. All right, this is an interesting one.
This week we have the third on the list. This is Heavy Metal Magazine number 254. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And this is the Stanley Artgerm Lau. And he is without question one of the hottest artists working in the industry today. This issue of Heavy Metal Magazine was an exclusive given away for free at San Diego Comic-Con in 2011, which, if you blink, you missed it, I would assume. This stunning wraparound cover promoting Imagery Friend Studios sold in an auction for $294. We continue to see the trend of rare artist work selling for higher and higher prices, increasing as collectors crave scarcity. Artgerm produced several covers for heavy metal, like the regular cover for this issue, selling for a fair market value of $60, and a gorgeous homage to heavy metal number 1 in issue 258, which sells for a fair market value of $153. Heavy metal specifically is filled with early and even first works of some of today's artists, and we could easily devote a whole article just talking about that.
Yeah, so 1992, man, this has got to be some of his earliest
Early
published
stuff,
work, right? I mean, man, I remember I was a big fan of Heavy Metal Magazine, because to me as a kid it was almost like Playboy, because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like
Very
so much
buxom drawings.
well,
Oh yeah,
no,
it was
it's-
forbidden. Oh yeah.
It was straight up nudity in there,
Yeah,
and then the movie came out, and I was a big Devo fan at the time, and they had
Oh, I was
Devo.
praying.
in
I
there.
was spinning the vinyl today.
Yeah, and then they got that awesome, was it Sammy Hagar song, the heavy metal
Yeah.
song? That rocks, man. Heavy Metal Magazine number 254, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Metal Mammoth Inc. January 1st, 1992. So for a cool, almost 300 bones for a raw dog, man. So wraparound covers on Heavy Metal magazines. You don't see many of those, to be honest with you. What do we got for the next one?
All right, this is absolutely my favorite cover, I think, on the list today. I love this cover. This is Inferno number 1 from good old Ani Granov. This is a 1 in 25 variant from Marvel from 2015. Despite Magic not getting the title of Sorcerer Supreme and a mixed received New Mutants film, collectors still love Magic. The recent return of her iconic Soul Sword came with major upgrades, turning it into one of Marvel's most powerful weapons. It's clear that Marvel Comics is giving her the attention that she deserves. That bump in power could be one of the many reasons that this gorgeous Secret Wars one-shot entitled Inferno 1 in 25 variant from Adi Granov jumped to an all-new high sale of $350 for a raw copy, just a mere $20 under the last 9.8 all-time high sell.
Yeah, I remember the
Whoa.
original Inferno series. Do you remember that one from the was it 80s or 90s?
Late 80s, yeah.
Yeah, when he thought it was what's her name? What was her name? I meant
Goblin Queen,
yeah, but what was her name back then though? It was something different.
Madeline Pryor.
Yeah, Madeline Pryor, and then they kind of really to me, a key issue that's really under the radar is the first appearance of Belasco. the leader of, kind of the dark leader of Limbo.
Yep.
I think Belasco is one of the last like villain keys that people haven't really got jumped on yet. But I think Belasco, if they do anything, I mean, arguably she was probably the best part of the New Mutants film, which wasn't horrible. By the
horrible,
way,
but
it wasn't awful.
I like Cannonball, man. Cannonball's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, it's like pizza. Even if it's bad, you're still going to eat it, right?
You're goddamn right. I'm not afraid.
All right, so Inferno number 1, Adi Granov, 1 in 25. He used his girlfriend to model this, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying that Adi Granov has an unusually hot girlfriend or wife. I don't know what she is. All right, this is a cool book. I think I actually have this one.
Yeah, for sure. We're going back to Thor's Day, especially on today. The Mighty Thor, number 169. It's the regular edition. Thor Love and Thunder released this weekend. While many fans are caught up in the hype for Thor, Valkyrie, Jane Foster, and Gore, there are some fans thinking ahead with the confirmation of the Fantastic Four entering the MCU. There are dozens of key issues to begin accumulating. We know that. One of those issues is the origin of Galactus, written and illustrated by the legendary duo of Jack the King Kirby and Stan the Man Lee. This issue not only explores Galactus, Galen of Taz ascendance to Galactus, but it is also the first mention of the Creeping Plague. The Creeping Plague eventually inspires the creation of Black Winter. So, is this book a good spec buy? Some fans think so. A 9.4 graded for this book sold for $1,050, an all-time high. If you bought a 9.4 of this book in 2020, you'd be seeing about a 320% return on your investment. Wow. Look at this, though.
I bought this just because it's a cool cover and the origin.
Of course.
Of Galactus.
Yeah, I bought it for Galactus. Yeah.
Yes.
So who knows what we'll bring, but I'm kind of in a holding pattern of selling stuff. I have some stuff up that's already news is already passed, but I'm waiting for San Diego Comic-Con to drop and the new news so that I can just like boom, put it in the market now because people are gonna go crazy. Mighty Thor number 169, the regular edition, because there is an actual UK version of this, by the way. If this is outpricing you, but nowadays people buy UK variants as well, so you never know. All right, next one up is let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you know what? We're halfway through. Let's hear from our sponsor, boys and girls, MySlabs.com. Speaking of selling, and you're ready to sell those books during San Diego Comic-Con Hall H, hit up MySlabs if you're tired of paying 10, 15, 20% or more.
The platform designed by collectors for collectors just got even better. MySlabs.com is proud to now feature dedicated sections for both raw cards and raw comic books. Browse over 100,000 slab collectibles, authenticated by the industry's most trusted grading companies. Then check out a massive selection of sealed wax and now raw singles and raw lots. Join a passionate, no-nonsense community of nearly 50,000 members and enjoy some of the best buyer and seller protection in the business. And as always, MySlabs offers one of the most disruptive pricing models in the hobby, with seller fees as low as only 1%. So the next time you're forced to pay 10%, 20%, or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com, the low-fee marketplace, by collectors, for collectors.
All right, so we go from Mighty Thor 169 to a book that we, meaning the Lords, have speculated on for quite a few years now.
This. Yes, sir. This is Spider-Man number 1. This is the Vicelli variant from back in 2012. And first appearances, as we know, will always be the gold standard in comic book collecting. But first meetings between characters have started to pick up steam. And this book features the first meeting between Earth's Peter Parker and the Ultimate Universe's Miles Morales after 12 years of coexistence. It's also the first time that the original universe crossed over with the Ultimate Universe. Being a 1:100 ratio variant, there have only been 17 raw sales captured and 6 graded sales since 2019. And there was a massive record-breaking sale of a 9.8 for $2,000 back in just a couple days ago on the 2nd. And followed by a 9.2 sale for $500 on the 3rd, which is impressive for a low grade. Well, considering it's a modern book for a 9.2, that's a good price. There's no time like now to get to those comic book store and get those undervalued team ups.
Yeah, I don't have this one, but long before the Rose Beshes and Peach Momokos and everything, Sarah Pacelli was probably one of the most popular female artists, or at least variant artists, right? If you think about 2012, who are we? On one hand, who can you think of besides Sarah Pacelli that was a female variant artist? I'm waiting.
No one.
Exactly. But Sarah Pacelli was doing some great stuff, and I don't even know when I started talking about this book. Maybe 2 years ago. I said when this is the first appearance of 616 Peter Parker and Miles Morales. To be really honest with you, this is more of a cameo. If you look at Spider-Man number 2, they actually say who each other's names are and everything. Yep. So, you know, it's kind of interesting. So I would say get both if you are speccing on this type of thing because, you know, Spider-Man, you know, it's eventual, you know, when Miles Morales is going to come through. So we shall see. All right, so we go from Spider-Man number 1 to definitely an offer, unless you're these people have a following. I don't want to, you know, so.
Oh yeah, let's take a look here. We're talking about Steven Universe issue number 1. This is the San Diego exclusive from 2014. If you're a fan, if you were a fan of Adventure Time and you're not familiar with Steven Universe, you are severely missing out. This coming-of-age sci-fi fantasy was originally a Cartoon Network series that aired from 2013 all the way till 2019. It quickly developed a large audience, capturing the hearts and minds of children and adults alike. The story was created by Adventure Time writer and artist Rebecca Sugar, who was featured in Fable's 30 Under 30 and was credited with writing many of the best episodes of Adventure Time. It was only a year after Steven Universe aired that Intergalactic Warriors, the Crystal's gems, made their way into comics. While admittedly flying way below the radar until now, this comic gem, pun intended, has started to shake the market. This past week, a Raw San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, estimated at about a 9.4, sold for $135. Wow, those lower grade modern books are really going these days. This specific exclusive was created by artist Coleman Ango and is also a connecting cover. At the very least, do yourself a favor. Look at the IMDb plot synopsis of the show. I promise you will not be disappointed.
Gabe, I have no idea what the fuck you just read, bro. I don't know nothing about this, man.
The only reason I know about the kind of big following Steven Universe has is the first original female Lords member, Tara. She was part of this group that was part of that would do the Steven Universe. And I was like, what is the Steven Universe? And then, you know, she told me and I was like, wow, you know, it just goes to show you, it's just like everything has its subset of fans and it bleeds into the comic book market now. You know, be it, you know, My Little Pony, video games or what we see in it post pandemic. It's just the way things are. No use in spitting in the wind or swimming against the tide or whatever the hell, you know, metaphor you want to use. But Steven Universe number 1, 2014 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, $135 for a raw dog. I mean, I do believe, if it were announced to be a live action movie now, it would even get more play. So we shall see, man. But ready for your next offer?
Jesus. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one, man. My God. Tales, thanks a lot. Tales from the Ozone number 1. Russ Gibb Productions from 1969. All right. So the iconic Avenger in his first solo adventure, Wonder Man's very first headlining comic, just sold for $700 in a CGC 9.8. Marvel Premiere was a tryout book for Marvel where popular characters from team books, guest stars, or second stringers were given a chance to star in their own series in hopes of launching new titles. Here, Simon Williams battles organized crime after they've taken over his family business. Wonder Man, the oft-resurrected Avenger traitor turned redeemed hero, was given his first shot at a solo stardom in this issue. Reliably depicted as a reluctant superhero who just wanted to be an actor, Wonder Man made his single appearance in 1964 before Marvel was sued by DC Comics, threatened by the similarity in name to their Wonder Woman. Wendy became an Avengers mainstay through the 70s. After returning from death he suffered in his first appearance. Later, joining the West Coast Avengers and finally starring in the ongoing title, the character had a tumultuous narrative history, dying more often than not, his brain becoming a template for Vision's synthetic mind, and falling in love with Scarlet Witch. Wonder Man has been a big part of the Avengers legacy from the very beginning and shall be appearing in recently announced live-action MCU series. As we previously mentioned, citing this, we can look forward to Wonder Man's I don't even know what that word is, titular comics and key issues receiving significant market attendance. Oh my God! Look
Why
at this.
do I think that we have the wrong? I meant the wrong notes for this because
Yes, this is not right. Like,
Where's Wonder
I
Man
haven't-
on this book?
there's no
Yeah,
Wonder
hold on.
Man on this. This is definitely not
So,
from
Tales-
1969.
So, Tales of the Ozone is a book from 1969. It just recently sold for $990 in a 9.6. So, I think we have the wrong notes sent from Matt DeVoe on this one. So, Matt, if you're hearing or shoot me something. I think because as Otto's reading it, I'm go, well, this doesn't have anything to do with
Yeah, because this is the notes for Avengers 9. Maybe it just got over from the top 10 list or something.
Yeah, let me ask.
Maybe it should have been a Marvel premiere book because he says Marvel premiere was a tryout book.
Yeah, you're right.
Marvel.
Who
Probably
knows,
Marvel's
man?
premiere.
I don't know, but
Well, there you go. So sorry you read all that for nothing, man.
Right, I appreciate
But either way,
that.
Tales of the Ozone, it came out in 1969 and it sold for $990. So I'll give it for whatever it is. So that's, you can add it for the other one there, the Marvel premiere book. But, so I
Guess
just
you
asked
Wonder
Matt
Man
right
book.
now.
I want to know about this book. Come on. what
I
the
know.
hell?
I'm looking it up right now. It's just like it doesn't say any first appearances, but a lot of times you have to do some digging on it. I know there's
Crumbo.
only
It's got
This is
Crumbo
definitely
the
some
clown.
kind of wicked indie book.
And
I mean,
Betty
obviously.
Boop.
yeah, that looks like Betty Boop, Mr.
Mr.
Tricks,
Ignatz.
Ignatz, and Crumbo. Yeah. So yeah.
Don't look like a Wonder Man to me, man.
So forget what everything Otto just read. All this is correct. The pricing and everything, the sales data and everything. So we had this on there. So I'm
Everything
sorry,
auto read is for like Marvel premiere.
yeah, it's got to be
something.
from Marvel premiere.
Yeah.
That would make
Anyway.
sense.
But anyway, Tales from the Ozone is on the list, not Marvel Premiere. Sorry, I should have
That'll be
proofread
next
that. I just sent Matt a note right now. I'm like, yeah, I think we're reading the wrong. Because as you're going through it, I go, what is this? I said, wow, how's he going to tie this together? But good job, Otto. You pulled in through strong. All right. What do we got up next?
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Look
this
at
is
this.
Transformers. More than meets the eye. Number 26, Alex Milne cover. This is a incentive variant, retailer's incentive variant. This was a 1 in 10 ratio from 2014. And back in 2013, Hasbro celebrated the 30th anniversary of Transformers by creating a fan-built bot poll that allowed fans to choose down to every little detail the next new Transformer. The poll included details like color, personality, faction, transformation. Hasbro took this info and designed the new character into what is now known as Windblade, a female Autobot jet with a Kabuki-influenced design. No, she wasn't the first female Transformer. That goes to Arcee?
RC.
Yeah,
RC.
Man, yeah.
Most fans immediately fell in love with Windblade and skyrocketed her to fandom. She's appeared all over Transformers content, comics, toy lines, and her first comic appearance hasn't received nearly any attention from comic fans. Well, it's time to pay attention as the 1 in 10 variant and the only cover to feature her sold for $250 this week. This is supported by a raw $255 sale this past May. Also, current listed prices are very expensive. The cheapest raw copy up for grabs is a $700, and a 9.6 graded is asking for $2,500. We thought the first sale could have been a fluke, but apparently it's not. There's also a Hasbro reprint that came packaged with her Hasbro's Transformers Generations 30th anniversary figure that can be found out there for eagle-eyed toy collectors.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what, those toy comics are starting to get popular too.
I got
Yeah,
it.
fine.
So that's actually, I mean, that's just a cool concept altogether that they, a fan picked the actual Transformer from everything from their color scheme to what they transformed into and everything. But I never knew this book
That
is
is
more
dope,
than meets
though.
the eye.
Yeah.
But don't see what I did there. All right. All right. Let's see what our last shaker is, and then we'll go see what's shaking today, boys and girls, for a good 20 minutes. What do we got?
This is a book that everybody should have in their collection. If you don't, this is such a great book. Ultimate Spider-Man #1. This is Marvel back in 2000. If you want to thank anyone for saving Marvel Comics, the MCU, and the comic book industry as a whole, then you really need to thank Brian Michael Bendis for creating Ultimate Spider-Man. After filing for bankruptcy in 1997, Marvel Comics was in huge trouble. Their bankruptcy and declining sales not only threatened their business, but comic books as a whole. Dominating comic shelves, the loss of Marvel would have been the death of almost every comic shop in the world. Deep in the red, Marvel exclusives threw out a Hail Mary pass with an aggressive and more modern take on their core characters. This concept formed into the Ultimate Universe and launched with Ultimate Spider-Man in October 2000. It was a massive success. Fans came back into comic shops in droves. Shortly after, Mark Millar's Ultimate X-Men series was released and Marvel was back in a big way. Annual sales jumped from $255 in 2000 to $285 in 2001 and $500 million by 2005. This time frame from 2000 to 2005 was also the rebirth of the modern aftermarket. After starting in 1995, eBay was in full steam. In 2000, a little grading company called CGC graded their first comic. Reselling and buying comics were never easier, and those factors changed the entire scope of the comic book market, bringing us to where we are now. Today, annual sales are expected to hit $4.65 billion. It's safe to say that if Marvel fell in 2000, their characters would have been reimagined or would have remained scattered in the winds amongst various studios, and there would be no MCU as we know it now. With all that said, there really is no more important book to modern collecting than Ultimate Spider-Man 1. The death of its Peter Parker in 2011 destroyed the market for this first issue, despite giving birth to one of the hottest modern characters ever in Miles Morales. This week's new high sell of $765 for a 9.8 is the highest sell we've seen in over 5 years. Collectors are finally giving this first issue the attention it deserves. If you've been thinking about buying a copy for the last 22 years, now's the time to do it.
Man, I wish I would have held on to mine. Ultimate Spider-Man, the direct
I still have
edition.
mine.
So I remember in 2001, I got my first book submitted to CGC. You just send them off, and hopefully they came back. And that's when I really started buying heavily on eBay in 2000, 2001. And those were the wild days where you won something, you send a money order or a check, and hopefully they send you back a comic book in 2 to 3 weeks. There was no PayPal or anything like that. You had to write a check or money order. If you did write a check to go, you got to wait like 3 business days for it to cash. But I remember because I had missed on Ultimate Spider-Man, right? And then Ultimate X-Men was also another hot series that came out. And then eventually Ultimate Fantastic Four. Then the Ultimates which was the Avengers version of in the Ultimates universe, and everything was much more grounded. They changed the story. That's where we got the infamous Galactus cloud, unfortunately. And then it was so hot, and then all the prices tanked, and then they end up killing off the entire Ultimates universe, and they only kept I think Evil Reed Richards and Miles Morales and maybe some other ones. But at the time, it set the market on fire. And if you got a Wizard magazine back then, they were still around in 2000, right? I think so.
Yep.
They dominated the top 10 lists. From any, because basically, put it this way. So Ultimate Spider-Man #1 retold Peter Parker's story. So there was brand new characters like, just popping up. Like they were famous. There's a Ultimate Green Goblin. There's Ultimate Doctor Doom. And if you follow the X-Men one, the X-Men ones, I think but this kicked it off where they just kind of rebooted everything. And then they based Nick Fury off of this version that's in the Ultimates, right? It was an African American, and that's where they got, that version. I mean, if you think
Samuel
about
Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, same with Hawkeye has the same look from this. Hawkeye actually in the Ultimates is a badass. He basically is like Bullseye. Anything is a weapon. Like and he's ultra violent. Also, one of the best panels in the Ultimates is Captain America telling somebody, "What is this? You think this A stands for France? I'm not giving up." You know what I mean? It's one of the best panels ever in the Ultimates. And then and I was buying every issue. I think I actually have a short box full of Ultimate titles. So I have
a full run of Ultimate Spider-Man. I kept that. That's one of my favorite things of all time. I love this series.
Yeah, but I think I sold it. So anyway, all right. So we go. Let's see what's shaking today, boys and girls. A boom, seamless transition. You like that?
Love
all
it,
right, so
love it.
let's see what's shaking today.
8
top
billion
10.
genies.
8 billion
hot.
genies was all over the place. All over, I say. Most movers, that's interesting one. DC versus vampires. Iron Cat, obviously, she was on the top 10. Interesting, that Batman Catwoman book. And Spawn, always on the list. And everybody is selling their, I don't say nothing. All right, so let's go to the Shakers, see what's shaking today. Boy, I only have one, darn it. This is one of my favorite Punisher books I still need to get, by the way. This anything that has to do with graffiti. But, let's check out my man, Mace Windu. I have his purple lightsaber right behind me. I have the Force FX lightsaber. Star Wars Clone Wars Volume 1, The Defense of Kamino. 1,609.6.
Damn.
Good Lord have mercy. This isn't even the first Mace Windu, I don't believe. I could be wrong, but...
No, it's not.
Yeah, pretty dope cover, though. I'm digging it. That would be dope if they brought back Mace Windu. I don't care for anything, any type of project. So, this book we've been seeing moving a lot lately. Spider-Verse number 6 only came out in March 2020, but a ton of first appearances. Spinster, Sea Spider, Spider Requiem, Garden Spider, Spider Sting, V, Sun Spider, Spider, and White Widow. For all your Spider-Man needs. Man, there you go. I guess this is people are speculating on the upcoming across the Spider-Verse. Oh man, look at this.
That's cool. That is cool.
Definitely pre-code right here. Consolidated Lucky
like
Comics
that a
number
lot.
5, 1946. That is literally the devil. $800 for a graded 3.0.
Find that under your kid's bed. Everybody would have freaked out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's pulling the puppets on little ghouls and goblins. Yo, I need this for Halloween comic covers
Right?
month. This is an interesting book you don't see every day. Fantastic Four number 166. $700 and 9.8. Why?
Fantastic Four is so underrated, or it's so undervalued. Those beasts are going to blow up soon.
Not just another Thing versus Hulk battle. You'll gasp at our shock endings. Please, somebody in the live chat, tell me what's the significance of this book.
It's probably just the Hulk battle, and all those Hulk battles seem to be going up these days.
Because it's not the first time the Hulk and the Thing battled, but yeah. I used to love these floating head covers too on this run. I was a huge Fantastic Four fan when I first started collecting. And happy birthday to John Byrne. I think John Byrne's birthday was yesterday or today. So shout out to John Byrne, who got me into comics with this Fantastic Four run. Human Torch returns. Young Men number 24 from Marvel Comics. Look at that bad boy.
Early Namor and Captain America in there too.
Yeah, 1953 at $630 for a 2.0, 3,000 and a 5.5. I still can't. First admitted, I guess I'm wrong about the casting for Namor and Tanesh Huerta. So the photos that they leaked, man, I hope he was doing some working out for like the last year or two and serious protein shakes, because he looks pretty yoked in those pictures. So, and the last time I seen him, he wasn't that yoked. So, but hey, man, like I always say, these actors, they can get a trainer and just work out all day long. You know what I mean? They can.
They get a personal chef, personal trainer, all that stuff.
And they have full on access to human growth hormone. Come on.
Hey, look, it's Wonder Woman tied up on a cover of a Wonder Woman comic book.
Yeah.
And getting shot at.
Challenge of the Mask. Semi-bondage cover. Yeah, we'll call it a bondage cover. Yeah. Wonder Woman 24 from 1947. $550 for a 5.0. 11 grand for a 9.8. Wow, that's crazy. It was already
14,000. That was 14,000.
yeah, 14 grand. Yeah, 14,400 and 9.8. Wow. You got to think that's a bondage cover collector because they are out there. I started collecting bondage covers a while ago. Not because I'm creepy or anything, but because Ryan is.
Well, yeah,
all right.
I asked him to do it, and he did it. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Batman. Look at this Jim Lee and Scott
That's
Williams
nice.
cover.
Oh,
That's gorgeous. Look at that.
That is beautiful.
Black and white, 1 in
Ooh,
500.
1 in 500.
Pretty much a 1 in per store variant, unless you're Midtown. Maybe you got 2 or 3 of them. 550 for a raw dog. Let's see, is that 640 was the highest known value.
Ooh, that yellow one's cool too. Damn.
So on July 1st, one sold for a little bit higher than this one. But that is nice, tight lines right there, man. That is really gorgeous. Sometimes black and white art, it just looks better. I don't know what to tell you, man. The usual suspects, little Hawkman down there. Another Thing versus Thor. Or
Hulk.
Thing versus Hulk.
Yeah, all those covers are blowing up. Where people are really going after them.
Somebody
You know it's going to happen in the movie sooner or later. Maybe not in the
yeah.
first film, but probably a couple years down the road, it's going to happen.
Oh yeah. So this is Giant Size Superstars #1, $400 and a 9.4.
The one to get is that black cover, where they're on the cover. I forget. It's either it's a Fantastic Four book.
Yeah.
It's all black. It's Hulk and Thing on the cover.
Holy cow! We have a Rob Liefeld sighting.
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
New Mutants 98. Oh, I just got kicked out. Look at that. New Mutants 90. Hey, there's that. Nice. Oh, I have this book. Oh, why is it? Why did you just kick me out? That's right. You have my password now.
It's all asterisks.
Yeah, I wonder if it already changed. Look, was this Batman and Robin book here? No?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Where was I? I wanted to look
It's
at
the Mandela effect. Oh my gosh, CERN just messed everything up.
Yeah. Wow. New Mutants 98. Remember this was the book to get? Man, I had like 5 copies at one point. 5 9.8s. I sold them all.
Damn.
$450 for a raw dog. $4,000 for a 9.8. Wow. But you know what?
It must have been like that Mark Jewelers version or something.
Yeah. When Deadpool comes to the MCU, this book will get booming again, and Rob Liefeld will make sure you know about it. I'm pretty sure. There we go. It's a Power Girl for you. Showcase number 97. This is much more tame costume than we're expecting.
There's no boob window.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. First appearance of Power Girl in her solo series. $400 and a 9.8. This is very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten her yet in anything.
Yeah, I would love to see. I think this is going to come to Disney Plus. It's only a matter of time. Power Pack Direct Edition. First appearance of Alex, Julie, Jack, and Katie. Power Pack team in comics. $350. And if you think this is a kids comic, you're wrong. There are some really serious themes running throughout this entire series. I would say before you poo-poo on it, give it a shot. It's got some really serious subject matters, besides them all being kids. Look at this.
Hey, TiVo, real quick. I'm going to drop out. I'll see you guys next time around. I got to take care of something.
All right, bro.
Have a good one, guys. Later.
All right, later. We got another 7 minutes here. Otto,
Axel,
speak whenever
press
you want.
Button.
Otto's got himself on mute. I don't know if you know that, Otto, but
no, I didn't. My God, there we go. I didn't.
His leg is a vacuum cleaner.
That is really gnarly. Fantastic first issue of Warrior. He's back. Alex Pressbutton, a psychotic cyborg with Father Shander and V for Vendetta.
Cool.
Look at that. How interesting. This is the first appearance of V for Vendetta and Marvel Man. $331 for a raw dog. $8,500 for a 9.6. Most people probably wouldn't even know. Most people wouldn't even know this is the first appearance of Marvel Man and more importantly V for Vendetta. When that movie came out, nobody was buying the comic. Nobody cared.
Not at all.
Yeah. Just like Watchmen, when that came out, the comic wasn't. It's just timing and the errors that we're in right now. Yeah, I got a couple of these.
Yeah, there you go. You got Mysterio, Malibu Sun.
Yeah, Dr. Aphra, $309 and a 9.8.
I love the droids though. 000 and B21.
Yeah, that's half the price of the high sale it was back in January 20th.
Yeah.
It was $663 and 9.8. But I love all the different variants because I also have this one, which is the second print variant.
I got the second print. Yep.
And I also got this one here.
I don't have that one. I passed
yeah.
on that one, dumbass.
Yeah, I have this one. It's a 1 in 25, but it doesn't have it on the cover, which is weird. And obviously, it's an homage to Empire Strikes Back. But this is the one to get. $813 and 9. Ooh, damn.
Jesus.
2,500 and 9.8. I do believe I have a 9.8. But I'm waiting for official announcement before I sell it. Just so you know. If you want to ask me, I'll be selling everything. If you see anything on my Instagram and you want to buy it, just hit me up, man. I'm open to anything right now, to be honest with you.
We got my girl Elektra. Hot
Oh,
Daredevil book right there. We got some Sentinels right here.
Where?
Right there, Daredevil 168.
Their first
One more
appearance
over.
of Elektra.
Yeah, love it.
As soon as the show's over, stick around. I'm going to show you an AOK I got from somebody that's on this Daredevil tip. Daredevil newsstand. First appearance of Elektra, $250 in a raw comic. Because, like I tell you, so it's already been said, if you haven't read, Charlie Cox and Kingpin are both going to be in the Echo series. So possibly first time we see Daredevil in costume in the MCU. Because as MCU proper, at least. So because they already announced, it's official now, so you don't have to speculate on it. Oh, I have this one too. Mine came back at 9.6 though, unfortunately.
Ooh, go back to that Gore Shriek, man. What was that cover?
Oh Lord, that is gnarly. From
Fantastic.
1986. Look at that thing. Let me read the bottom here. Warning: contains disturbing material and is not intended for children. Jeez, you think?
Guess not.
Art by Greg Capullo. There you go. Learn something every day. Pretty sure Greg Capullo fans are like, "Well, this is for the high county." Hey, man, sorry, I didn't know. Okay, but now we know. See, the notes are there. It's the first ever interior art done by Greg Capullo, and look at that cover. That is freaking gnarly, man. I got this X-Men. This is one of the better Secret War covers.
Yep.
If they ever do this in the movies and they recreate this on the big screen,
the best.
People will lose their damn minds. Because Secret Wars is coming. I expect a full-blown announcement during San Diego Comic-Con. I won't talk about this book because I don't want people to spoil anything. Read in between the lines, if you know what I'm saying. But let's look at this. It's a whole comic directed for cameras. Instead of a gun, this guy decided to have a giant camera during World War II. Camera Comics #1 from U.S. Camera, $218, which is pretty interesting. Now I want to see what the other covers look
The
like.
first appearance of Nikon.
From Camera Comics. Go figure, man.
So they're just beating people's butts with comic or smacking people around with cameras.
Well, they say the pen is mightier than the sword, and I guess so are pictures too. One more. I mean, this looks gnarly as hell. Angels from Hell, Red Sonja, She-Devil with a sword. Oh, that looks gnarly. I think Marvel said they're going to stop publishing Conan comics, all right? I think Conan's going to be the last, this last iteration of Conan is going to be it. And let me just take a look at this X-Men because this is pretty dope too. Who did the art on this? Yeah, Clayton Crane, Virgin. Oh, that is dope.
That is dope.
$202. But you ever see like the difference between modern comics and old comics? Like old comics had word blurbs and there was actually action on them. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while, they just and opposing, but here, look at this one. Look at how dope this is. All the verbiage on the cover.
Tells you everything.
Yeah, special surprise guest man, Ant-Man, the return of Doctor Doom, the world's most amazing villain. Visit the mysterious micro-world of Doctor Doom. I mean, it's just nowadays, you get full-blown covers. There's no words or it's not even action. It's just like one character.
Well, look at that red Batman one in the bottom right. Case in point.
Yeah.
It's not even a Batman. It's just like a shadow of a Batman. Chip Zdarsky, 1 in 250 though. $229 for a raw doggy. All right. Before
Good
we
show.
go,
Good show.
I want to go ahead and say you guys goodbyes, and I'll say my goodbyes and thank yous. Darkside Jedi, any last words?
Oh, just the same thing I say every week. Thanks for coming. We always appreciate it. 1 or 100.
For
I'm
100,
surprised
though.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm still amazed that there's 100 people that care what we have to
More
say.
though. It was like 127 at a time, and then you guys were arriving late. Otto, any last words?
Dig it. Yeah, man. Lots of things going on with 3 Men in the Basement. Please check us out. We've got some great Terrificon exclusive t-shirts tomorrow night on 3 Men in the Basement. We will have the artists that did Isolation. That's the Reggie Collects and Doug Bratton comic book that he just did, which is going to be really cool. Check that out. And then if you want to buy some comic books, I'm going on Whatnot at 10:30 tonight for 3 Men in the Basement. So
Is that your maiden voyage?
No, 3 or 4 times, you know what I mean? But not big books, lots of variants, a lot of cool things that I got on there.
You need to straighten that book out on the spinner rack.
I know.
Is
But you know what? I was
me.
messing with it because I was looking. I was like, oh look, my Electra 9.2 double side, so newsstand. So yeah,
like,
your OCD. That's okay.
It is. My OCD is kicking in. Yeah. But shout out to everybody. Special shout out to Cozy's Ghost, who sent me an AOK.
Oh wow!
God damn.
This. I'll read the letter. Hey man, hope you're well. I'm a fan of the channel. I've purchased a book from you in the past, which is how I have your address. He goes, I have a problem. I have too many books. I sold a bunch, but I recall on at least 2 occasions that your channel you mentioned that you had some or all part of the Daredevil Frank Miller run, and I wouldn't mind not having done that. Alrighty. Rather than list these as a lot for sale, I decided to send you my Daredevil Frank Miller dupes back to you on track. It's 20 books, which leaves you about 12 or so that you need to fill in your 158 to 191 Frank Miller run. Included are some of the hot Kingpin books and the second appearance of Elektra. These books, if these books are burned, wasn't my intention. Feel free to pass them on to a buddy or your LCA, or donate to your LCS. Keep on doing the great work. Cozy's Ghost, John Kozak. I really appreciate it, bud.
No way.
So
Awesome. Very
check
cool.
us out. So Daredevil.
Look at that. Oh, that's
60?
one of the best. I have that. Oh my God.
162.
Yeah.
Oh, those look like they're in pretty damn good shape too.
Look at this one. That is
All in
phenomenal. Oh,
LiDAR.
that's such a great book right there.
164.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sharp.
165. 165. I love this one.
Yep.
Bullseye. 169. 71. And it goes on and on. 172. 173.
So look at that. Oh.
175.
Oh, hold on. Show that one
177.
again. Show that 175.
178.
The 175.
Show that 175 again.
Look at that, man.
175.
I just want to see
One
the
that says
cover.
the
That's
end.
cool. Yeah.
Oh,
that's a cool.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
The hands, Electra.
Yeah, this is a very, very, really kind of depressing, dark run. I mean,
It is definitely dark, but it's amazing.
Look at this cover, yeah. So a lot of these I have dupes of, so I may give them away. This one after Electra died.
Yep.
Oops, spoiler.
Oh,
Oh, God, I love this series.
185, 186.
This is up there. I
Possible
mean,
to get clean white screen page.
Yeah.
187. Of course, Black Widow. 188. 189 versus The Hand. And look at this. He's doing a 148, which is really kind of an outlier.
Wow, that's
But
awesome.
hey, man, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. It's our friends and fans that make me get up and do this. Just trust me, I want to quit every week. But you know, appreciate you. Cozy's Ghost, man. I'm gonna post them on Instagram as well. I think I have some doubles of these, so maybe I'll do them as a giveaway or something. You know, and pass it. What does it say? Pass it forward.
pay it forward, brother. Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, man. But thank you very much. That was really. I was not expecting a box. I was like, oh, what's this? I opened it up. I go, man, that's a lot of comics. And I read the really cool note. I really appreciate you. Cozy's Ghost, man. I hope you're on Instagram so I can tag you, brother. Really appreciate you. I mean, if you guys are
Good for
lurking
you.
in the
You
live
deserve
chat, make sure you guys subscribe, man. So, you know, or at least say something. Don't just watch the show and don't say anything so we know you are. And if you are going to say something, just subscribe. So you're going to notify when we go crazy. All right. So with that, boys and girls, 7 o'clock. So it's time for us to move on because I haven't had dinner yet. So until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my god.
assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Go on and get some, boys. Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?